Welcome to Chris Cook for YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a Crockpot meal. Now a lot of my viewers have written me and let me know that they want to see more Crockpot videos. I wasn't aware that a lot of people really would prefer to do it, you know, the easy way. But over the course of the next 2-3 months, I'm going to incorporate a lot of Crockpot meals, and I do have a lot of them in with my holiday specials that I want to do, because I want to do some menus or some recipes for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and for the New Year's holiday. So I'm just going to incorporate these. Now, when I started out this video, it was going to be a Crockpot pork chop video. But because I wasn't looking at what I took out of the freezer and the meat had thawed by the time I realized I had out the wrong meat, I took out turkey chops. So what this video is going to be about is Crockpot turkey chops. It's made in the Crockpot. So it's going to pretty much work out the same way, but it's just going to be a different type of meat. Now, a lot of people will use a turkey chop instead of a pork chop because they want to cut back on that pork intake, which is really, really fine. And the reason why I really have these turkey chops in my freezer. And a lot of people didn't even know that there was such things as, you know, a turkey chop, but there is. So let me show you what the turkey chop actually looks like. This is a turkey chop. Okay. Now, if you say that this is too big, all you have to do is just cut it straight down there, and then you'll have two. And for a smaller look at a turkey chop, this is what it actually looks like. And you can just take that fat off from down at the bottom. So I know that, you know, some people may not be aware. These are, most of the times you can get it at your butcher's. If you have a butcher, it would be better to get it at a butcher shop. But if you don't, sometimes periodically you may see them sold in your local grocery stores, and it would be your larger chains like your Walmart chain or your Publix chain, something like that. Okay, so let's get started with the ingredients that we're going to need in order to put together these Crockpot turkey chops. That's a mouthful. But anyway, you're going to need flour. You're going to need chicken broth, garlic powder, dried mustard, onion powder, onion, and of course you're going to need the turkey chops. So I'm going to go away, get these washed, get everything prepared, and I'm going to meet you at the stove. I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm at the stove, and what I did was I just went ahead and sauteed up my onions before I got ready to actually put in my turkey chops so that I can fry them up. And the only thing you want to do with the turkey chops is you just want to get like a little bit of the brown crust on it. So, and this is the same way. If you were doing regular pork chops for this dish, you would do it the same way. Okay, so now that I have all of the onions out, I'm going to set them to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more of the cooking oil. And actually that's about 2 tablespoons, maybe 2.5 tablespoons. Now, while that's heating up, getting ready for my chops, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I put my flour in a bag. You can use a Ziploc baggie if you choose to, or a bowl. For me, this is more convenient. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my onion powder. Over here. Okay, I'm going to put in my dried mustard, and I'm going to put in I'm sorry, I put that in the wrong place. I'm going to put in my garlic. Now I'm going to add a bag to this because actually I see a tear in this bag. So I'm going to go ahead and add another bag up underneath this bag. And that was actually what I saw, the reason why I ended up putting that over in that dish. Okay, so now that I have this in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix this just a little bit. Okay, so once I think that this is incorporated, Then I'm going to go ahead and add some of my chops to this. And I did just go ahead and I cut. See how I cut it? I cut it down just like a lawn. So I'm going to put just enough in here to cover this skillet, and I'm going to fry these up. And then we're going to fry the rest. So I'm going to shake this. Now, you don't want to throw away this flour. Okay? And you just want to have enough flour on your turkey chops, pork chops, whatever you want to use, so that you can fry them up and get just a little bit of a crust on it. Now you just want to brown it on both sides. So if you're going to do this with pork chops, you're going to do it the same way that I'm doing it now. Okay. Okay, and it's okay to squeeze it up. Just to make certain that everything is covered. I'm going to cut my heat up a little bit. So I'm going to allow this to go ahead and fry up just enough for me to get a crust on it. Once I get that crust on it, I'll bring you back when I get ready to flip it. Be right back. Okay, some of them are browning up, so I just wanted to bring you back and show you. See how that has a little bit of a brown crust on it, and it looks exactly like your pork chop would look. See? You don't want, all you want is just a brown little crust on it. Is it done? No, it's not done. But you just want it. I don't think that these are ready to flip. I'll go ahead and flip that. That's all you're looking for. Okay? You just want to brown it up just a little bit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add some of these onions to the bottom of my crock pot. Okay, I just added a small amount to the bottom of my crock pot, and I'm going to. This is 1 cup of chicken broth. I'm going to use 1.5 cups of chicken broth in order to go into my crock pot, so it will help to make the gravy for my pork chop. But I'm sorry, for my turkey chop. But I'm going to add to this the leftover flour that was inside of the bag that I had the turkey chops in. That's why I said don't throw that flour away, because that's going to give you your gravy. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that flour. Let me put that out there. There's nothing wrong with that flour. You can go ahead and use it. So I'll bring you back when I get ready to put these in, and I get ready to do that flour mix. Now these are ready. You see some brown on that side, and you see a little bit of brown. Although it's not all the way brown, that doesn't make a difference. You got some of the brown on there. Just go ahead and start to put, see that one? Go ahead and start to put them into your container. Okay, I'm going to allow these to just brown up just a little bit more, because I want them to, I don't want them to be, see how that has no brown color? I don't want that, okay? I want it to brown just a little bit. Does it have to be evenly brown? No, it does not. Only thing you want to do is to just get a little bit of brown color, so that when you get ready to put these down on your plate to eat them, it won't look like they're raw. So that's all you're really doing. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to allow these to get a little bit more color to it, and I'm going to put in the rest, because I have quite a few to fry up, so I'm going to put in the rest of them. Then I'm going to take this flour. Let me see if I have a little bit. Okay. I'm going to take this flour, and I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get about 2 tablespoons of this flour, and I'm going to add it to this. And I'm going to stir it. Now, that's not 2 tablespoons. That's just to show you what I'm going to do. Because when I get back, I would have already done that when you get ready to see this, see that part of it. So, I'm going to go away. Allow these to get a little bit more color on them. And I'll bring you back when I get through frying them all up. Be right back. Okay, now I'm back and I'm getting ready to take the last out of it. But it's here that I want to show you something. Okay, if you look at this, you see that my chicken broth has separated from my flour mixture. This was only 2.5 tablespoons of flour. You probably won't need that much because you won't be cooking as much. So you don't want to put it in there like that. What you want to do is to blend all of this up together. Cut that stove off. So what I'm going to do before I blend it, well, I'll go ahead and blend it because I caught some flour was over inside of my spoon. So I want to get that out. So I'll just go ahead and blend it up. But I didn't add salt at the table, so I'm going to add about 3/4 tablespoons of salt. And of course, if you need more, then you could just go ahead and add more. Or if you need less, then you can add less as well. Now all of that is blended well together. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my onions in. And now I'm going to add to that the rest of my turkey chops. And see the color of it. Okay, if you can get it like that, fine. If you can't, just get a little bit of crust on it. That's going to be good enough. I'm going to go ahead and put them in. And it doesn't matter how you fry this up. It doesn't matter what it looks like because this is not the presentation that you're going to be giving to someone. The presentation that you're going to be giving to them is once it's all gravied up, so they won't see that anyway. It's almost like carpenter's mistake. You know, they come in and make mistakes and then they cover it up when they make it. So this is the same way you're going to cover this up. Okay, now once you have everything out of here, kind of move this up some so you can see it. Okay, there it is. So now I'm going to add I put a little bit of salt in here, but you can put your salt in at the beginning when you get ready to mix your salt in with your flour. So this is flour, water, salt with all the other seasonings that was in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add one more. Now I'm going to put this in my crock pot and I'm going to cook this on high. I'm going to use another full cup. I'm going to put this in my crock pot, which is in my crock pot. I'm going to put the crock pot down in the burner part of it. And I'm going to cook this on high for roughly about 2 hours. Now to this, I'm going to add 1 more cup of water. So I'll get that water right quick. And you can look in that pot and see what it's like. Okay. Now this would have gravied up because you're going to have, not only are you going to have the flour that comes from what we mixed up, the flour is also coming from the turkey chops. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to cook this in my slow cooker. I'll bring you back once it's cooked up. About 2.5 hours, that's all it needs because these are not thick, they're thin. If they were thicker, then you would need longer cooking time. So I'll be right back. Okay, now we're back and the turkey chops are ready. I want you to take a look at this gravy along the sides of it. See it? And that's the way yours will gravy up. Move some over. I do have some rice on the plate. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of the gravy across the rice. Then I'm going to get a couple of these chops out. I should have stirred in the bottom to help thicken up that gravy, but I'll do that later. But anyway, I'm going to get a couple of these turkey chops. And if you have never had turkey chops, try it. It's good. Very, very tasty. The difference with turkey chops and regular pork chops, you won't feel as weighed down when you get through eating them. There's a lot of good gravy down over there. Look at that. Alrighty. There you have it. Chris is making rice and turkey chops. This was created by accident because, you know, I went to get the pork chops and ended up with the turkey chops. Just want to show you what it looks like. There it is. Really good meal, and I think you're going to enjoy it. And as always, thank you for watching. Chris Cook for you too. Bye.